This video might have appeared to you at the exact moment it was meant to, because somewhere, someone is already dreaming about your wedding day. It's your twin flame, processing what the collective unconscious already knows, though the rational mind is only beginning to understand. Carl Jung explored these timeless connections that go beyond space and time. He found that when two souls are truly destined for sacred union, specific signs begin to appear in both of their realities long before the actual marriage occurs. So, if you've arrived here right now, it isn't random. As Jung once said, there are no accidents, only synchronicities that guide us toward the information our soul is ready to receive. Your soul has led you here because the universe is preparing you for something extraordinary, the manifestation of what you've long desired. However, most people miss this truth. They keep waiting for something grand, clear signs, undeniable proof, or perfect timing. But when the real signs appear, when the universe subtly reveals that a divine marriage is approaching, doubt begins to creep in. They question, they hesitate, and often they miss the sacred opportunity that their spirit has been calling for. That won't happen to you, because in this video, I'll reveal the unmistakable signs that the universe is aligning two twin flames for the deepest form of sacred union possible between human beings. Once you recognize these signs in your own life, you'll realize that you're not simply waiting for love. You're being called to a divine mission that has the power to transform not only your life, but the world around you. Before we explore those signs, it's important to understand why the universe prepares both souls with such precision before allowing this connection to manifest. Through his studies on synchronicity and individuation, Jung discovered that when two true twin flames reach the level of spiritual maturity required for a conscious union, they awaken an incredible creative power, one capable of influencing the very fabric of reality itself. That's why the universe never brings these unions together casually. It must ensure that both souls have developed the integrity and awareness necessary to wield this power with love, purpose, and spiritual responsibility. Carl Jung wrote in his Studies on Spiritual Alchemy that the union of two souls who have completed the process of individuation represents what the ancients called hieros gamos, a sacred marriage. This union not only transforms the individuals involved but also raises the energetic vibration of everything around them. Such marriages between evolved twin flames have an influence that extends far beyond their personal relationship. They become guiding lights for others, symbols of what's possible, catalysts for collective transformation, and radiating centers of a kind of love that humanity deeply needs in this phase of global evolution. However, for this sacred union to manifest, both souls must first prove that they can love without attachment, trust without control, and unite without losing their individuality. They must embody what Jung referred to as individuated love, a way of loving that balances connection with independence and unity with self-awareness. When both souls reach this maturity, the universe begins aligning events, signs, and synchronicities that prepare the way for the material realization of their sacred bond, the culmination of their spiritual journey. The first indication that you may soon unite with your twin flame is a transformation in how you perceive marriage itself. You no longer dream of the perfect ceremony or idealize life after the union. Instead, a calm certainty takes root, a quiet knowing that the union will occur at the right time, in the right way, and for the right reasons. This shift reveals that you have transcended emotional dependency and entered a state of conscious choice. You no longer seek marriage to feel whole. You desire it because you understand it serves a higher purpose, one that extends beyond personal happiness. Jung noted that those ready for sacred partnership hold a mature view of commitment. They do not treat marriage as a cure for loneliness, insecurity, or a need for validation. Rather, they see it as a conscious declaration of co-creation, a ceremonial passage from two separate journeys into one shared mission. When you reach this understanding, you stop demanding definitions or commitments from your twin flame. You trust that when both are truly ready, the union will unfold naturally, an organic outcome of mutual spiritual growth. This calm acceptance of the timing of your union is one of the first signals the universe recognizes before aligning the events that lead to marriage. It seeks assurance that you won't view marriage as an escape from personal growth, but as a continuation of it. The universe must know that you understand. Marrying your twin flame is not the end of the path, but the start of a new chapter where both will grow together in ways yet unimaginable. The second sign is the appearance of recurring dreams or visions about your wedding, not as idealized fantasies, but as vivid, realistic experiences. These images carry a sense of familiarity, almost as if they are glimpses of something already happening or unfolding in another dimension of time. Such dreams often feature strikingly specific details: the setting, the decorations, the guests, even the attire, and these details remain consistent, refining slightly with each recurrence until reaching a final, complete version. Carl Jung observed that the human psyche can access knowledge beyond linear time. When two souls are being prepared for a sacred union, they often begin receiving intuitive impressions about how that union will take shape in the physical world. This is not mystical foresight, but rather an expanded awareness, a capacity to sense energetic patterns forming before they fully manifest. In his studies on synchronicity, Jung documented numerous cases of individuals dreaming repeatedly about future events that later unfolded exactly as envisioned. He noted that this phenomenon often occurred during major life transitions, as if proximity to transformation heightened a person's sensitivity to emerging possibilities within their energetic field. If you're experiencing such dreams about marrying your twin flame, focus not only on what you see, but on the energy that accompanies these visions. If they bring a deep sense of peace, joy, and inevitability, if they feel more like memories than imagination, with details beyond your conscious creation, then you may be witnessing a preview of something already forming in subtler realms of existence. The third sign appears when obstacles that once felt impossible to overcome begin to dissolve in unexpected ways. Age differences that once mattered no longer seem significant. Geographic distance that once kept you apart finds solutions through unforeseen opportunities, a new job, a family move, or a sudden life change neither of you could have planned. This passage shows how external realities often align to support destined unions. Financial barriers that once prevented commitment may dissolve through promotions, inheritances, or sudden financial opportunities. Family resistance that once created tension can transform into acceptance or even enthusiasm. It can feel as though the universe itself is removing every practical obstacle standing in the way of your union. Carl Jung noted that when two individuals are aligned with their higher destiny, life seems to cooperate in mysterious ways to ensure its fulfillment, a phenomenon he termed compensatory synchronicity. This occurs when the collective unconscious organizes itself to restore balance and enable events that advance consciousness. In the case of twin flames, once both partners have completed their individual growth, the universe naturally begins rearranging circumstances so that their union can unfold smoothly. The removal of these barriers is not a matter of luck or deservingness. Rather, it reflects readiness, proof that the individuals involved have evolved to use their relationship for growth rather than destruction. They've shown through their behavior and choices that they can love maturely, grow together rather than restrict one another, and use their connection to serve a greater purpose beyond personal happiness. Another key sign of such alignment is the rise of shared synchronicities, moments that occur too frequently to dismiss as coincidence. Both people may think the same thought simultaneously, send messages at the same moment, meet the same individuals unexpectedly, hear the same song at meaningful times, or even share similar dreams on the same night. Over time, these synchronicities form recognizable patterns that seem to convey messages about the timing and purpose of their connection. Jung spent years studying such shared experiences among deeply connected souls. He found that when two minds are attuned at profound levels, they begin functioning as a single, unified system, one that can subtly shape external reality in ways that go beyond scientific explanation. It's as though both individuals become unconscious co-creators of meaningful events, signs and circumstances that reflect and affirm the depth of their shared bond. These shared synchronicities serve several key purposes. First, they affirm for both individuals that their connection is genuine and goes beyond logical explanation. Second, they create a symbolic language through which the universe can offer guidance about the evolution of the relationship. Third, they prepare both partners for the deeper level of conscious co-creation that becomes possible once they marry and form a stable, energetic partnership. When these synchronicities start reflecting specific themes related to marriage, family, children, or domestic life, it's often a sign that the universe is aligning circumstances or opportunities to help manifest the union. Pay close attention not just to the coincidences themselves, but to the recurring themes and symbols within them. They may reveal insights about how your shared life will unfold after marriage. The fifth sign is when others begin to notice and comment on the unique connection between you. Consistently and without prompting, friends, relatives, and even strangers may remark that you seem made for each other, that your energies harmonize, or that it's clear you'll eventually marry. These observations don't arise from anything you've said or done to suggest intimacy. They come from the intuitive perception people have of the energetic bond between you. Carl Jung recognized that when two souls are truly aligned, they emit a unified energetic field that can be sensed by others, even without overt displays of affection or closeness. It's as if the vibration of the sacred union that's forming is already active within both your auric fields, creating a resonance others unconsciously perceive. So when people who barely know you begin saying you look perfect together or seem destined for each other, it's a clear indication that the energy of your union is already taking form on the subtle, etheric level. In this way, the universe uses others as mirrors to reflect the unfolding truth of a shared destiny already in motion. These external observations also serve as confirmations that help dissolve any remaining doubts either of you may have about the authenticity or strength of your connection. When several independent people come to similar conclusions about your relationship, it provides external validation that reinforces your inner confidence in the path you're walking. Together, the sixth sign is that you begin encountering unexpected chances to spend time together in settings that naturally lead to discussions about family, future plans, and commitment. These could include invitations to friends' weddings, where you find yourselves imagining your own ceremony, family gatherings, where you interact with children and realize how well you work as a team, or travel opportunities that allow you to experience shared space and make joint practical decisions. The universe has an intelligent way of arranging such experiences. It doesn't force premature discussions about commitment or create unnecessary pressure. Instead, it presents organic situations where you can explore what a long-term relationship might feel like, without it turning into a negotiation or relationship test. You simply find yourselves in scenarios that reveal your compatibility in areas vital for marriage. Carl Jung noted that when two individuals are being prepared by destiny for a lasting union, they naturally encounter experiences that help them develop and refine the skills necessary to sustain that bond. It's as though the universe provides practical training, disguised as ordinary experiences, allowing both partners to discover how effectively they can function together in daily life. During these moments, pay attention not just to emotional chemistry, but also to how you operate as a team. Can you make joint decisions calmly? Handle stress or surprises while maintaining harmony? Offer support without losing your individuality? If you find that you work together effortlessly in practical matters, it's a strong indication that the universe is testing your readiness for the deeper partnership marriage entails. The seventh sign is that conversations about the future begin to unfold naturally, without any sense of pressure or obligation. You might find yourselves casually planning trips, talking about where you'd like to live, or discussing shared values around family, education, and lifestyle. These discussions don't stem from a need to define the relationship. They emerge from a sincere curiosity and excitement about what building a life together could look like. When you find that your visions align on important matters and that you can navigate differing opinions constructively, it signals a mature connection. What makes these conversations special is their effortless flow. They occur without agendas, demands, or attempts to persuade. Instead, you're simply exploring shared possibilities with curiosity and openness, allowing the dialogue to unfold naturally. There's often a quiet sense of inevitability in these discussions, as if, deep down, you already knew you were meant to be together and are now uncovering how that connection will take shape. Jung observed that when two souls are destined for conscious union, they instinctively develop a shared language for discussing the future, one free from anxiety or control. Such couples can talk about commitment with maturity because their goal isn't to secure reassurance or manipulate outcomes. They're genuinely interested in discovering whether their life visions are aligned enough to sustain a lasting partnership. If these kinds of conversations bring you closer and provide clarity about a potential future together, it's a strong indicator that you've reached the emotional maturity to approach marriage as a conscious decision rather than an emotional dependency or romantic fantasy. The eighth sign of this deeper bond is a growing sense that you already belong to each other, like a family, even before anything is made official. When you're together, there's an unmistakable feeling of home, one that goes far beyond attraction or chemistry. It's as though your union already exists on a deeper plane, waiting for external circumstances to align with it. This sense of family can show up in many ways. You might feel naturally protective of each other, not out of possessiveness, but genuine care. You may find you can completely relax in each other's presence in ways you can't with anyone else. Together, you experience a calm stability and peace unlike anything before. Jung described this as finding a psychological home, the inner space where the soul feels safe enough to be fully itself. When two twin flames meet at that depth, they co-create such a home, one without masks, without pretense, and without fear of rejection. When this deep, family-like connection begins to form, even before any formal commitment, it signifies that you're already united on the deepest level of consciousness. Marriage, in this sense, becomes a public and legal confirmation of something that already exists spiritually. The universe often allows this bond to mature fully before creating the circumstances for formalization, because it wants you to recognize that marriage is not the creation of a new connection, but the acknowledgement of one that's already real. The ninth sign appears when you start receiving unexpected support from people who were once doubtful or resistant to your relationship. Family members who had reservations begin showing approval. Friends who questioned your compatibility start noticing how well you complement each other. Even those who once preferred you apart begin accepting or even supporting the idea of your union. This shift doesn't occur because you tried to persuade anyone. It happens naturally as the energy between you changes in a way that others can feel. When two souls are aligned and emotionally mature for a conscious partnership, They radiate harmony and balance that inspires trust in those around them. Carl Jung noted that the universe often uses the people closest to you as instruments to confirm when you're ready for major life steps. When your family and friends begin to recognize and support your union, their approval forms an energetic foundation that helps bring this reality into the physical world. This outer support also acts as a shield against internal fears or doubts that may surface during the process. Knowing that those who matter most stand behind your decision provides confidence and peace as you move toward marriage. The 10th and most profound sign is a growing inner urgency, not born from impatience or pressure, but from an unshakable certainty that the time has arrived to formalize the union. This feeling is not dramatic or forced. It's steady and calm, like a natural current guiding you forward. You simply know that you're ready and that the universe is aligning everything perfectly. For this next step, Jung explained that once two souls have completed both their individual and shared preparation for sacred union, they receive a clear inner signal that it's time to make it official. This signal doesn't arise from the mind, which can be influenced by fears or social expectations, but from a deeper level of consciousness, attuned to divine timing and readiness. When this certainty emerges, discussions about marriage begin to feel effortless and essential, as if delaying them would go against the natural flow leading you toward your destiny. You'll often find that both partners have independently reached the same realization: the time to commit has come. If you're experiencing several of these signs with your twin flame, it's a strong indication that the universe is preparing you for a union that may manifest sooner than you expect. Jung observed that when synchronicities begin to multiply and intensify, it signals an imminent transformation. In the realm of twin flames, these transformations often bring the spiritual bond into tangible form. The key takeaway is that these signs are not guarantees that can be controlled or forced. They are invitations to align with the natural rhythm of divine timing and trust that the universe is guiding the process toward fulfillment. They arise naturally when both souls reach the maturity required to sustain a conscious, balanced union. If you're trying to force these signs through visualizations, prayers, or manifestation techniques, you may be heading in the wrong direction. These signs are results, not methods. They appear as outcomes of your inner growth, not as shortcuts to achieve it. What you can do is continue nurturing your personal evolution, your ability to love without attachment, to trust without control, and to commit without losing your sense of self. The more you embody the qualities of someone capable of sustaining a sacred partnership, the more the universe aligns circumstances for that union to unfold. Carl Jung often emphasized that life's greatest transformations occur when we stop forcing outcomes and start cooperating with the natural forces guiding us toward our higher destiny. In the case of twin flames, this means trusting that if you are truly destined for sacred union, the universe will orchestrate everything necessary for it to manifest at the right time and in the right way. Your task, meanwhile, is to become the best version of yourself, not to win your twin flame, but to prepare for the depth of love and partnership that a union between evolved souls demands. When two individuals can love consciously and wholeheartedly, they don't just transform their own lives, they become sources of transformation for everyone around them. If you resonated with this message, if you felt these words were speaking directly to your soul, then there's something I want to share that could greatly accelerate your preparation for this sacred union. I've developed 2 exclusive programs inspired by Carl Jung's teachings on individuation and conscious relationships. 21 Days of Transformation with Carl Jung and the Survival Manual for Difficult Times. These programs offer 21 days of practical exercises, deep reflections, and powerful insights to help you complete your inner preparation for the kind of mature, conscious love that a true twin flame union requires. This isn't just another relationship guide, it's a structured process for developing the emotional and spiritual strength needed to recognize and receive the signs the universe sends. As your union draws near, you'll learn to tell the difference between genuine intuition and wishful thinking, to trust in divine timing even when your mind wants to rush, and to cultivate the quality of love that naturally attracts the experiences your soul seeks. You can find the link in the first pinned comment of this video. Now, I want to know who stayed with me until the end of this journey. Comment below. I trust the divine timing of my union. This shows that you're not just another viewer, but someone who's truly aligned with the forces orchestrating something extraordinary in your life. Remember, only a small fraction of those who identify as twin flames manage to sustain a conscious, lasting union, not because it's unattainable, but because many lack the patience and maturity to let the universe finish preparing them before they try to force results. If you've made it this far, it's because your soul knows you're capable of something greater. Thank you for having the courage to trust in a love that transcends all the limits you once believed possible between two people. See you in the next video.